In today's video, we'll learn how to establish the direction of the market, be it is going in a bullish direction or a bearish direction, and we're going to be using three main characters. We're going to be using retracement character, we're going to be using candlestick character, and we're also going to be using the order block character. So I mentioned three characters in this video. We're going to be using the candlestick character, order block character, and the retracement character. So without wasting much of your time, let's start. So I would start with the order block character, then I go over the retracement and I also go to the candlestick character as well. So let's start with the order block without wasting much of your time. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share to your friends and foe. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year in advance for those of you that will be celebrating that. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. All right, so let's start with the order block character. Now for the order block character, you need to establish a particular time frame that you want to suit your own preference. So I like to use my 15-minute time frame if you're conversant with me. So I like to use my 15 minutes time frame to suit my own preference. So what will you be looking at? You're going to be looking at market structure first and order block. And to get the market structure very well, you need to watch my video, but I'll just go through a little bit of touching in this video. Why you could just watch my video on market structure to get the full details on that. Okay, so without wasting much of your time, let's get started. Now on this 15 minutes time frame, let's just say that we've got a break of structure at this level. So we identify here as a break of structure, be it a bearish break of structure. So we will call it a break of structure. Then we're looking for more of characters in the market. So we have another break of structure here looking pleasant and nice. Okay, so we identify here as another break of structure. So we'll be going down a little and we'll be looking for more break of structure. Now this is the last range that we have, so we'll call here a change of character. So anything that goes above here is a change of character. So if you're conversant with my video, you should be able to understand what we are talking about right now. So now we want to establish the market character with the order block. Now to establish this market character with the order block, you need to look for a valid retracement, which is the first thing you'll be looking for. Okay, so we'll get a valid retracement, and I say for a valid retracement, you need to identify the last candle. Okay, you need to identify the last candle. Okay, and see three candles below it. So let's start with this. Okay, let's assume this is the last candle. Let's assume this area. I'm sorry. So let's assume this area is the last candle. So we want to establish three candles below it and get if we're valid. Okay, so we have this one below it, this is one, and we have two, so it is not valid. So we go to the next last candle, which is identified as this one. Okay, so this is the next last candle. Since we did not get three candles positively below it, so we'll look for the next one. Okay, so for this next one, we'll be looking for three below it. So we have one, so we could just use this to identify it neatly. So we have one and we have two. So after that two, we didn't get the next one below this area, so everything is invalid. So let's look for the next one. So the next one we'll be choosing is this area, neat area here. Okay, so that will be the next one we'll be going after. Okay, so we could just take this away. So let's see if we actually meet up to the terms and condition here. So we have one, after that one we have two, then we have three. So this actually meets up to our terms and conditions, so we're going to put that thing here. So to establish this order block, I like to use my Fibonacci retracement too, but some people would say the last candle that caused that bullish movement, which is something related to this area. In some cases they might say this area, but it is not always so. But with this my Fibonacci setup, you should be able to catch that trend perfectly. So now let's use this. Now, you know, we are facing a bullish direction. As we can see, market structure showing bullish direction. So we had this area as the high, we broke down this area, then we broke here as a change of character, then we went ahead to this area. So this is where the market is. So we will be using our Fibonacci from the down to the up. So if it's a bearish situation, we'll be using from the up to the down. So since this is a bullish situation, so we use from the down, which is here. This is the last low up to this level that we wanted. So we got that nice area at this blend here. So we cut that nice area. This is the blend for that nice area. So we could just call here a mitigated area. Now, to use order block to catch market move, you need to see prices tap into that zone. Okay, so once prices tap into that zone, it's a clarification that the market might probably go in that direction you actually want it to go. So the next thing you want to do is to use is to use the candlestick scenario right now. Now, what does this candlestick play? We want to see some kind of movement on the lower time frame to indicate that the market is going to push to that intent direction. And what movement do we want to see? We want to calculate the last candle that tapped into that zone. So we head over to the lower time frame. I'd like to use 3-minute time frame, so I go into 3-minute time frame. Remember, we have fixed order block, so the next thing we're going to go into is what the candlestick pattern to get this thing. So we want to see the last candle that tapped into that area. So this is the last candle that tapped into that area. So we identify this nice white candle. So we want to see 3 candles above that last candle. So let's say this is the last candle that tapped into that area, which is this one, looking good at that. So we want to see the 3 candles above it. So to see 3 candles above it, so we put this here. We want to see 1, which is nice. We see the next one, 2, and we see the third one, 3. All right, so the next thing we want to do is to see the last candle that caused a retracement, just a retracement. Then we want to see 3 candles below it as well, the same way we looked at this area on the higher time frame. So we want to see equivalent stuff to that. Okay, to see that, we need to tap the last candle that caused that area. So this is it. So we want to see so we want to see 3 candles coming below. Okay, so this is the candlestick pattern to get it. So we want to see 1. Okay, this is 1. We want to see 2, and this is a fake out. Now, why is this a fake out? Because we did not see it below this, so we saw it below and above it. So it's not really classy to enter. Okay, so we look for another clean area to start again. So we delete this area, so we look for the next retracement area. So we want to map out the next retracement area to be this. Okay, so the next retracement area is going to be this one. So we want to see 3 candles below that area to identify if we're in the right direction or not. So 3 candles below that area, we have 1, 2. This is a fake out. We have another one after that fake out. If we had another one above it, then it's invalid, but since we have another one below it, slightly below it, then it's fine. Remember, this is the last area here, so we want to use our Fibonacci 2 again to get a classic range. So with our Fibonacci 2, we can see that we have this classic range. So how do we execute this trade? So let me just lock this for future reference. So to execute this trade, the first thing you need to do is to bring out your buy 2. So this is my buy 2 here, so I'll place it here. I like using the first 46.12 range. Then we want to put our stop loss slightly below this area, so we could just say, okay, like 2-3 pips, let's say 3 pips, that is 17.9 or 18 precisely. So we could say this is our range. Now I like to target on 1-to-1 ratio, sometimes 1-to-2 ratio, depending on my mood. So I would like to target 1-to-2 ratio on this one. Okay, let's just say 1-to-2 ratio on this one. Let's say this. Okay, now we can see that we classically hit our take profit using that strategy. Okay, now let's move into the last one for the day. Then we call it the end of the year. Okay, so today's video isn't going to be long as usual, so let's move into the last one for the day. So what are we going to look at? We want to look at retracement patterns to get market direction. Okay, Now let's look for a nice place on the 15-minute time frame to do that. Now we can see that the last break of structure is here. So the last one is here, so we have this last one here, so signaling that our recent low is at this region. So our recent low is here, so this is our most recent low at this region. So we're looking for a nice retracement pattern to signify everything. Okay, now you can see we're looking for another nice retracement. So to get a nice retracement, we identify the last candle. Let's say this is the last candle here, so we identify that last candle at this range. So we're looking for 3 coming lower than that range. Okay, so we're looking for 3 coming lower than that range to get our best view of this. So let's say 1, we have this fake out, we have 2. So after that we went up again, and we're going to choose another range for this stuff. Okay, now the next range we're going to look at is what? This range up here. Okay, we're going to look at this range up here. Means this area is not, I'm sorry, so it means that area there is not a valid retracement. Okay, it's not a valid retracement, so we're looking at this area here. So we want to remember this is our last low, so we're looking at this area here. So we want to look at the retracement pattern now. So we want to see 3 candles below it. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so since we meet up to this, like I said, this is just a fake out. If you have been following me, this is just a fake out. Okay, so we just scan the next 2, 1, 2. Now we're identifying here as a nice zone, so we want to take sell here before we take the buy. Remember, we are still bullish, but we want to take sell before we take the buy. So that is the retracement direction of the market. So the next thing you're going to do is to identify that last third candle. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. So the last third candle, let's take it gradually so that you get the point. So we have 1, so we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. So this is the last candle, this white one. So we want to go into the 3-minute time frame and start to count 3 candles above that last candle. Okay, so let's say this is the last candle for the 3-minute time frame. This is the last candle for the 3-minute time frame. Okay, remember we've already identified that area on the 15-minute time frame. So we're just trying to look for a nice retracement. So we're now going to implement our candlestick pattern to get this. Okay, now let's see 3 candles above it. Let's take this one out for cleaner structure. So we want to see 3 candles above it. So we have 1. Okay, let's zoom it a little. So we have 1 above it, 2 above it, so this is above it, then we have this third one above here. So we use our Fibonacci retracement to get that pattern. Okay, like we have always done. So we take it from this down, since we are looking for sell. You know, I told you for buy we take it from the down to the up. For sell we'll take it from the up to the down. So like I said, I like buying at my first range, which is the 46 range. Okay, I like setting my orders there. Okay, so we take it here, then we want to take like 3 pips above it, that's 17.3. okay, so slightly above it you can do our 1 to 2 again, and we have this clean structure. So this video covers up the order block strategy, the candlestick strategy, and the retracement strategy. So 2025 is going to be a very classic year, and we're going to be teaching you guys a lot. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I want to wish you all Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. See you guys in 2025, because this is the last lecture for the year. Bye for now.